Morning. Happy Monday. I am here. My name is Sarah and I'm here with Kayla.
Hello.
And we are going to be working today on application onto natural nails using Get a Grip and Give Me Strength, as well as we will touch on Build Me Up. I'm going to show you Build Me Up in a pot, but we're going to work with Build Me Up in a bottle, and I'll tell you all about the differences of those products and whatnot. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we will get started. All right, we are in place. Okay, so what I've done, poor Kayla, her eponychiums get so stuck, and so when I lifted that one, it just started bleeding, so she's super dry. But what I have done is I have gone through and removed her old product, and then I have prepped her regrowth. She lost this one lifted off. So we have just been doing a little bit of nail rehab, and now we're going to go in with our product. I am going to cleanse her. I see one thing that needs to be filed off. All right. So I'm going to cleanse her nails real fast with some prep and dehydrate. The Magpie system is all based on a dehydrated nail, so we need to make sure that we are prepping properly. What you don't want to do is over prep the natural nail. There's no reason to be taking any natural nail. So when we're prepping, we just remove that cuticle and we're just going to buff the nail so that, I'm sorry if that stings a little, I'm just going to try and clean that out slightly.
Remember, I like that feeling because I'm weird.
That is very odd, but I'm going to remove this little ring where her poor dry cuticle did a number. Okay, so as I was saying, we just want to remove the cuticle and then buff that free edge buff that new growth. We don't need to remove a lot of nail plate. If you remove too much nail plate or if you over prep, you can actually create a lot of lifting. The product will not be able to adhere to the nail because you are removing the healthy portion of the nail down to the middle section of the nail layers, and that just doesn't allow for excellent adhesion. It's a little bit softer when you get down into those layers of nail plate. Okay, so again, this is just with prep and dehydrate, and I'm just cleansing that nail. We don't need to be going up onto the skin. We want to dehydrate the nail plate really, really well. Cleanse off any of the dust and take off all the oils and things like that. And then this guy, it was a little bit dry again in that little pocket right there. So when I lifted that up, it just gave way and started to bleed. So if that happens with your client, what you want to do is make sure to leave it alone. So I kind of prepped around that so that it wouldn't disturb this area down in there. We don't need to cause our clients any pain or discomfort. So you just be super careful when you are prepping.
It happens basically every time with me because
yes, it does.
Skin is dry and thin.
Yes, it does. All right, next we are going to go in with the Magpie Primer. Like I said, the Magpie system is all based on a dehydrated nail, so this is a dehydrating primer. You don't want to use the acid primer unless you are working with the acrylic system. So since we are just doing a gel polish overlay, then we are going to use the Magpie Primer, and we're only going to put this on the regrowth. We don't need it all over the product since it is not a sticky primer. We just need it where there is natural nail. So if she had any lifting or anything like that, make sure to put it on the new, fresh nail. Perfect. And then let me get some gloves and we will get into product application. All right, all gloved up. Okay, so first up, we're going to be working with Get a Grip. And then I'm going to show you some Give Me Strength application. And then let me see if I even have some Build Me Up under my desk. Because yes, I do. So I have some Build Me Up clear today. Like I said, I'm going to tell you about the Build Me Up that's in a pot, but today I'm not going to be using that. I'm just going to stick with the bottled version, but I will tell you all about the differences as we get going along. All of these products today are HEMA-free. So if your client has an allergy to nail products, specifically HEMA, then this is a really terrific system to be using on those types of clients. I myself have a HEMA allergy, so this is what I put on my nails. We are going to go in with Get a Grip. Like I said, HEMA-free, has excellent adhesion. You do want to scrub this into the nail plate. You can use this for a couple of different application purposes. You can use it as the base coat, so the part that we put directly onto the nail plate. Then you could put another layer on as kind of a gel overlay. Then you could use it to encapsulate glitters and things like that. But whereas her nails are super long, I would probably pair this one with either Build Me Up or Give Me Strength, because she needs just to be able to keep the strength of having such a long nail. So I'm going to go in with my Get a Grip. And I am just going to scrub this into that fresh nail and then cover the rest of the remaining product with the Get a Grip.
I feel like Get a Grip has solved so many problems for so many people.
I feel the same.
I adore this product. Just scrubbing it in underneath any Magpie is just extra insurance.
Absolutely. Get a Grip is 100% an extra insurance. I couldn't agree more. Two of my clients, for the longest time, we would go through product after product after product, and the adhesion just wasn't there. Then I finally decided to use what seemed like a simple system, which would be Get a Grip paired with Give Me Strength. And I was like, I mean, it can't be really that simple.
Right.
I need something
Your mind
super
is like,
strong, like Build Me Up or something like that. But it was the answer to all of my problems. And now they have no lifting, no breakage, no cracking, no anything. Amazing.
Oh my word.
Ooh, that is pretty.
Bougie. It's a really lovely application too. Like every time I use it, I'm like, I love doing nails. This is so great.
It does have a lovely consistency.
And it's so fun to watch. I say that every time, but hasn't changed.
Hasn't changed.
Nope.
I would actually agree. I love to watch people do nails. I love to watch application videos. All right, now before we put her into the lamp, we're just going to make sure that all of our Get a Grip is where we want it. And then in that goes for 60 seconds in an LED lamp. Now, Get a Grip cannot be used like on a form. You wouldn't be able to sculpt out a broken nail with Get a Grip, but you would be able to sculpt out with Give Me Strength to a very, short nail, like a sport short nail, or Build Me Up. You would definitely be able to sculpt out with Build Me Up. You would just use the Get a Grip as a bonder nail, as a bonder layer.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's the little things, you guys.
It is the little things.
I've had really good retention too with the colored Get A Grips, like using it as the whole thing. Because part of me gets nervous because I'm using usually Get A Grip and Give Me Strength on like other nails. But if I'm doing like 2 background nail arts, I'll use like the cloud or whatever.
Yeah.
And it works so good. I'm like, I love this product.
It
changes everything.
It really does. I haven't ever tried or played with the colored ones. Again, I only have 3 clients, so I always just use clear. I don't get a chance to use the colored ones, but I know you have. I know Rachel has. Rachel uses cloud for milk bath style nails.
Oh, yeah.
Like when those new foils came out, the pastel ones, she did a ton of. Oh, one thing, she did a ton of milk bath with those using cloud. All right, and that goes, please.
I just feel like it makes your services faster because you've already completed that step.
Yeah.
But it just depends on preference.
Now we're going to go in with Give Me Strength Rosa. Rosa is what I have underneath on my desk. However, it does come in clear and it comes in peach. And Rosa just has like a slight pink hue. When this cures, it looks like very, very natural on the nail. Peach has a little bit more warmth to it. I know Kayla loves peach, but like I said, Rosa is what I have under my desk. This product needs a base coat. So you cannot just put this onto the nail plate. You have to have Get A Grip or Rubber Up or even All About the Base underneath of this product. Whereas when I talk about Build Me Up is baseless. You can use that as a base and a builder all in one. However, I just prefer to put the Get A Grip underneath because I love the adhesion of it.
I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Annalisa, she asked, do you suggest a thin application of Get A Grip? I'm assuming.
Especially if I'm going to go in with Give Me Strength or Build Me Up afterward, because this would be my structure layer. So I wouldn't want to have a very thick layer of the Get A Grip, more just a really thin scrubbed in layer. But even I'm going to show you after we lock this into place that even my Get A Grip or my Give Me Strength, I keep mixing up products, but even my Give Me Strength is a very thin application. We don't need it to be crazy thick. Our apex only needs to be 1 to 2 millimeters high, which is very thin, to be honest. So go ahead and flip over. Now this product doesn't self-level very easily. However, you can flip your client over and kind of just encourage that gel to go where you need it to make the proper apex and to make a really smooth application. You do want to use a light touch because, like I said, it kind of stays where it is put. It's more like a suspension gel.
Yeah, when I do my one-on-ones, the biggest thing I notice with people coming in is how thick their nails are. And people often forget you have 3 more coats going on after builder.
Absolutely.
You have a lot happening.
Okay, I'm going to flip you over this way and we're going to show down the barrel of your nails. So you can see that the application of actual product is very, very thin. So we don't need a ton of Give Me Strength on there. We just are trying to add a strengthening layer. I'm going to back you up just a little bit. Now this nail, much like on everybody's dominant hand, is a little wonky because this is generally our writing finger. And so it can take a little extra time to get that gel to level out on the side where our pencil or implements rest right here. So if I turn her over real fast and we go down the barrel, this nail, this side is higher than this side. So it is not even all the way across. So her finger is slightly turned, right? And that's from the pressure of our implements right here. So what we want to do is we have to build up this side, that's the low side, and keep this side really thin so that we end up with an even curvature of product on the nail. And if worse comes to worse, I can always give a quick finish file. Flip over for me. Especially on the nails where they might need a slight correction like this one, I can always go through and just give a quick finish file if necessary. Now I prefer not to. I prefer to get it as smooth as possible. And then because we're working with products that are 100% gel, like the Magpie gel colors, then I can just go in and float my gel color a little and correct any more issues that I may be having so that I will have a smooth application of product. All right, I'm going to have you lock that. Now on the finger where she lost, that index finger where she lost the product and it was down to a naked nail, I'm actually going to use the Build Me Up bottled because it has a little more strength. It self-levels a little easier and I'll be able to create the apex, whereas when you leave product behind, you kind of already have a bit of strength built in and you already have the start of an apex. Whereas this one is totally naked and we have to create that. I figure using something that self-levels is going to be a little bit easier and more forgiving. Okay, flip over for me. Now the differences between Build Me Up in a pot and a bottle. Let's talk about that for a moment. So in a pot is, the gel is a suspension gel. So literally where I put it is where it stays if you use it directly out of the pot. However, out of the bottle, it's a little bit more viscous, a little thinner viscosity, and you're able to move it around and get it to self-level and all of those good things. So we're gonna give this a second to self-level over there. All right, and that goes. So let me show you the viscosity just out of the bottle. So it is a thick viscosity gel. However, it does, release and it will move. It does self-level on the nail plate. You can see that that gel is healing itself back onto the bristles. Oh, maybe you couldn't. Maybe that was upside down. Let me try that again. So if I go like this, you can see that the gel kind of sinks back onto itself. So it's self-leveling gel. Whereas if we get out, Build Me Up in a pot, this gel, let's see if hopefully you can see it in there. It's not moving, right? So this inside of here where you can see that shadowing in there, it's not moving at all. Not even kind of. I could hold this upside down and it's not going to come out. Okay, so this is a suspension gel. Where you put it or where it sits is where it stays. Now, if I gave this a stir, okay, I always tempt fate when I do this.
I love stirring it. I will say that.
Give a little stir, and then the gel is going to become runny.
Yeah, and it caught back on itself too.
And it, okay, yep. See now how it's moving? So if you stir the gel, it becomes viscous. It becomes a thin viscosity. If you leave it as is, so if I were to use that half where I didn't stir it, then this would be a suspension gel, and this is now a thin viscosity gel, and it's going to self-level. It's going to pour out. I'm going to make a mess. So
is there a way you can get it back to that thickness?
Yes, you leave it for 24 hours.
Okay.
Yep, so if you just leave it as is, then all of the molecules settle down, and they just kind of relax and return to their previous state.
Sheridan's pro tip: don't use Build Me Up pot on your non-dominant hand if you are doing your own hands.
That's true. That's true. It can be a little bit trickier. So with Give Me Strength, because it doesn't self-level, what I'm doing is I'm using a flat brush to pull it forward. And that's where, with my product that I left behind, I kind of already have an apex because it already has product on there. And so I am putting some at the back and then just pulling it forward with a flat bristle. And that way, I don't have to try to correct the shape as much. I hope that makes sense. I didn't really walk you through my application before. All right, I'm going to flip you over. because this side is bugging. There we go. All right, and that goes, please. All right, and then we're going to move on to our other end. Now on this one, just for the fun of it and just to keep showing you the difference between the two, I am going to go in with Build Me Up Clear. This is just Build Me Up in a bottle. And this hand, I'm not, I'm treating it like a fill. So I am patting it at the back and then kind of flat brushing it forward like this. And then I can walk that gel back and forth to kind of allow it to make an apex self-level, okay? And with Build Me Up in a pot, you could do all 5 nails. Because it's a suspension gel, I could turn this hand sideways and then I could work on the thumb. But with Build Me Up bottled, if I were to do that, eventually all of the gel is going to make a mess. So I would suggest that with Build Me Up bottled, that we only work 2 nails at a time. Okay, flip over for me. Do you mostly work with Give Me Strength, Kayla? Or do you work with Build Me Up bottled?
I only use the bottled when I'm, if I have a nail that's broken and I want to draw a form on and fix it.
Yep, this is great for doing that.
Watching you do that, though,
it's just so satisfying to use. Isn't it fun to just kind of switch our products up every now and then?
Yeah.
We can go, to the pot. We can go to Give Me Strength. We can go to the Build Me Up bottled. Also, one thing I wanted to mention, so this is the Give Me Strength ROSA that I've gone back to. I'm just having a play between the different products. One thing I wanted to mention was that if your Build Me Up bottled, if you are used to working out of a pot and you don't really like the idea of using a builder gel out of a bottle, then we sell these little pots. And then you could put your gel inside of here, use the bristles to pick up a bead and to apply it. Sometimes people find that faster or just more satisfying or just more of what they're used to.
Could you use like the glitter applicator with
absolutely
with that? Okay.
Yep, the glitter detailer is a fantastic gel brush.
Thank you. If it's people like their brushes.
Lock that, please. Yes, absolutely.
That's a great brush.
Yeah, it really is.
I love that brush. It has a lot of flex.
All right, lock that for me. And for the last one, let's do Build Me Up bottled again. Just because it's fun to use.
Marissa says, I know you've mentioned having a HEMA allergy. Do you use Magpie as a base with Magpie gel colors, or are you able to use Magpie bases with other gel colors on top, such as Luxio or Ugly Duckling?
I am able to use different gel colors on top of Magpie. But all of the products that I put on myself, they just can't touch my skin. So Rachel oftentimes does my nails, and she does a very good job of being very careful of not getting it onto my skin.
But they agree really well. The other products don't mind Magpie.
Mm-mm. All right, lock that for or cure that for me? So I accidentally got gel on me.
Uh-oh.
Whoopsie. So hopefully, I don't know, I have an allergic reaction happening on my face. Hopefully that's not going to make that worse, but we'll see. So if that were to happen, you just have to get it off as soon as you notice it. And then, you know, pray for the best. Pray for the best. Anyway, even with HEMA-free products, okay, so here's one tip. Even though you put a HEMA-free product onto your clients and they have a HEMA allergy, if you were to touch them with products, even though they're HEMA-free, once you have an allergy to something, having an allergy to another thing and another thing and another thing is very easy to do. So if you know your client has an allergy to nail products and you are saying, okay, let's try HEMA-free products, you have to be very careful not to touch them because overexposure to them can happen like that. So you do have to be very cautious to always, if you get a little on their skin, immediately take it off. Don't allow it to cure on their skin. Don't allow it to sit on their skin because those molecules, whatever they're allergic to, or whatever they can become allergic to, sitting on their skin is a very, very big deal. So again, once you have an allergy, having an allergy to more things is much, much easier. So just be careful with whatever products you're putting on your nails or your client's nails. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. I hope that answered questions about Get a Grip, Give Me Strength, and Build Me Up, either in a pot or a bottle. You can get all of these products here within the app or at magpiebeautyusa.com. And we hope you have a wonderful week. Next week, you will see us. Oh, next week we will. Are we here next week? Yes, we are here next week, but not the next week.
Not the following.
Because we'll be in Oregon at the Oregon Nail Expo. So if you're going to be at the Oregon Nail Expo, we can't wait to see you. Anyway, we will be inside of Instagram next week, and we hope that you will join us. So until then, have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.